So 5 issues that I've picked out. Not all these are, it's not an exhaustive list, but I think this is probably a reasonably good representation of some of the key problems in the industry. Number 1, the lack of whole industry purpose and the fact that there is zero strategic plan. Problem number 1. There is no purpose. The industry doesn't know what it's for. There is no strategic single guiding force of what's the industry's purpose. Why does it exist? At the front line, it's easy. Passengers turn up, you get them on the train. Freight trains, you get them loaded, you get them moving. So the front line, that's easy. But from a strategic perspective, there is no whole industry purpose, and as a result, there's zero strategic plan. There is no plan for the railway. Kind of related to that is the fact that there is zero strategic leadership or accountability. I was trying to find a picture of Andrew Haines and Peter Hendy together, but there isn't one, strangely enough. I couldn't find a picture of the two of them together. As a result of that, I just put an empty chair on here instead. Zero strategic leadership or accountability. There is no leadership of our industry, none. And as a result of that, there is no accountability. No one takes responsibility for the problems that the industry is having. No one's taking responsibility for the lack of accessibility that we're still dealing with. No one's taking responsibility for the fact that trains, who's actually taking responsibility for the fact that these trains in this slice below have been how many years late? The fact that there are loads of areas where trains have where service. Who's taking accountability for the fact that services are being cut in places? There's just there is no accountability. And we have a highly fragmented and inefficient structure. And when I'm talking about inefficiencies and efficiencies, I'm not talking about getting rid of more frontline staff. I'm not talking about spending less money on infrastructure. I'm talking about the fact that enormous amounts of money are wasted on duplication of backroom staff, of duplication of lawyers. In fact, the existence of huge numbers of lawyers to pay for contracts between organizations that shouldn't have any kind of contractual relationship whatsoever other than being the same organization. It's a huge, highly fragmented and inefficient structure of our industry. It's shocking. The next thing is, of course, that the industry is completely beholden to party political whimsy. This wasn't necessarily always the case. Through the 80s, the industry kind of managed to waft its way through that without too much pain, whereas at the moment, as we've seen with HS2, they can just announce stuff without any thought, without any process that fundamentally wrecks the industry. And the last problem with the industry, which is a key problem then that absolutely relates to the others, is there is a significant volume of rentier economy bollocks in our industry. Just enormous amounts of money, of kind of structure and money that is, and this kind of relates to the middle one really. There's an enormous amount of pointless money that the industry is buying things that it by rights should just own, renting things rather that it should outright own. And in a way, in lots of things, the industry does own the things. It's renting things that it actually owns itself. So now we'll come back to these and see if the rail reform bill, see how it tackles any of these and see if it maybe solves any of these problems.